strong.
Hi everyone, I'm your host. Oh my God, I gotta screw
You're
this
a
up
ghost.
right from the very beginning. Let's start this year all over again. I'm coasting
I'm
as
your
host.
ghost.
I'm your host, Lynn B. on funnyminds.com today, and I have my co-host with me. Can't stop laughing, of course, whatever.
I'm the co-ghost today, Edward Biss. How are you?
I'm the ghost. And today we have ho ho ho. We have on somebody I believe in Santa. We all believe in Santa. Of course,
Hell
he didn't give me
yeah.
everything I asked for this year, but of course I didn't really ask for much, so what can I say? Richard Saunders, welcome to our show today.
How are you?
Wow, do you look the part? Oh my God.
Well, thanks. I appreciate you guys having me on. I'm so excited to be here with
Absolutely. We got to, Dave, we got to get this out of the way first. Are you Eagles fan?
you. Yes. I'm about 30 miles outside of Philly, so, you know.
That's what we were talking about, and I was like, he's got to be Philly. Unless he's going to throw us a curveball and go Baltimore. He's gotta be Philly.
That's what we were laughing
I
at.
know. so you're pretty damn excited right now.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. You know, I'm not going to lie. I don't watch a lot of football. I just don't have a lot of time to watch anything, man. But you know, we literally are like 25, 30 minutes outside of Philly. Like you go over the Commodore Barrier or the Delaware Bridge and you can get there in no time. So we grew up, you know, I'm a hardcore Flyers fan more than anything.
Yay!
Grew up playing little Flyers hockey, but yeah, it was really cool to see the Eagles win, man. Good for them. So
I was just going to ask you if you were a Flyers fan because that's my favorite team too. I love them. Oh, they're such dirty dogs. I love them. I met Lindros many years ago, and I have his autograph on his picture. Yes, I'm so thrilled. That's like, oh my God, he was like so incredibly wonderful. So yeah,
like you had a crush.
Oh yeah, big time. Oh my God, big time. Yes.
They were great back then. I love those guys.
Back in the day, Dave, she had a crush on Lindros, and she also had a crush on Ron Duguay. Remember Ron Duguay from the Rangers?
Man,
he was like the early he was like Bon Jovi on ice.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
She had a poster of him on her ceiling.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, he was pretty neat. I liked him too.
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, it was great to see the guys win. I didn't think it was going to be a blowout like that, but what a cool.
No, and I'm a huge Chiefs fan, so it was for me it was pretty bad. But
I thought Kelsey was going to go out, you know, with a great game. I thought the Eagles would win. But wow, I didn't think it was going to.
I thought it would be better than that. I thought the Chiefs would have did better than that. It
was like they never played football before. It was you know, Patrick Mahomes is so much better of a quarterback, and right at the end he showed it. Like right at the end he was Patrick Mahomes. I mean, but
he really is a great quarterback. That poor guy had no protection, none. That felt bad. He's a great quarterback. Really
it was a glaring view of what they need next year.
Oh God, yeah.
Andy Reid, man. That boy's been around for 100 years now.
Andy Reid, oh my God, yeah. I mean, he's insane. But you know, it was good. It was good for the Eagles. It was good for football. You know, I mean, it's you know, you get to the point where they're sick of the Chiefs, just like they got sick of the Patriots. You know,
right? And Brady will even tell you that too. He's not afraid to say it. You know. But so Santa, David, 30 years as a firefighter. So, you know, I know it's something you said you wanted to be like from a little kid, which is really amazing because, you know, as kids, we all think about everything that we want to be and we change our minds a million times over. Yeah. So what was it about firefighting? You know,
it's crazy. I guess honestly, I grew up around typical, you know, third generation Irish fireman. My mom's dad. So growing up in South Jersey, it's all volunteer, right? But her dad was the fire chief in the town over, and my uncle was a chief, and I just kind of grew up at the firehouse, and I really, I just loved it. You know, I can remember, you know, just being a young kid, as young as like 2 years old, playing with my mom's vacuum hose, like pretending I was putting fires out. I didn't have I know, it's crazy, right?
Start any, I hope, to put him out.
No. I didn't do that. No. It's crazy, and I didn't have a good relationship with my grandpa actually, but the one nice thing and the one nice memory I have of him is when I was like probably 3. He actually bought me a real fire hat and a real fire coat that fit me. And I wore that thing out. And my son has it now. He's actually a fireman too. And he has it in a case and everything. So it's pretty cool. But yeah,
that is cool.
I just knew I wanted to do that as a job. And I pursued it, and I've been blessed. It's been a great job. It is a good job. I encourage people that want to do it to pursue it as a job. It's easier now to get in than it was when I was trying to get hired. So,
if you were a volunteer, then what was your regular job?
So I started out as a volunteer, and so I had a lot of jobs. My dad passed away when I was like 13. So being a good Jersey boy, my first job was pumping gas. So it's hard to believe. But yeah, so I was like 13 years old, hustling, pumping gas. And then from there, I believe it or not, it's crazy. So in Jersey, at 18 years old, you can bartend. So 2 of my buddies and myself were like, man, we can make money. So we're 18 years old. We went to bartending school, and Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, while all of our friends were out partying and doing stupid stuff, we were in the bar making money. And so I bartended for a long time and ran restaurants. And it actually worked out because then I could take off and I could go take tests for fire departments and things like that. I started volunteering and taking classes, and that's what I did. I did that until I finally got hired. So
how long of a span was that, Dave, till you came on like full time?
So about 8 years it took me.
About 8 years.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay.
It was really hard back then. There weren't as many places hiring, or like now there's more places that have career guys or that have turned over to a career system. And back then, like you might take a test and there'd be like 2, 3, 4,000 people for 2 spots. So
wow.
Really intense.
Wow. Yeah.
But we would take the test anywhere. I mean, we went to Montana, we went to Maine, anywhere and everywhere. We would just go. So yeah, it took about 8 years for me to get hired somewhere. I was doing well on the tests. It was just really competitive.
Just numbers.
Just numbers. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I bartended too, so I know how that goes. I mean, when you were bartending, did you sling bottles? Because I did.
Oh yeah, we did all.
Oh God,
I mean, Cocktail was a big movie back then. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That was fun, so much fun.
I had so much fun.
Yeah, I had.
How many times you light your mustache on fire?
That's funny. Well, actually, I'm from Jersey, and my son was born in Jersey. He ran away to Florida, but that's okay. He's happy down there.
Good for you.
But
buddy.
We're Jerseyites, so not happy with this weather
and shorts,
right now.
Baby. That's my
I went to Florida once for Christmas, and it was just so weird. Everybody walking around in shorts. And it was so weird to see Christmas trees, and it was 80-something degrees. And it was just like, there's something wrong with this picture. I can't deal with it. It's like Dave, so weird.
A whole different outfit down here at Santa. You just wear a Speedo.
A whole nother.
So you got to make sure you're all ripped and tan,
Well, it's been a cold year up here, bro. You come on up.
Oh no, you guys can have it all. You can have it all. I got snow. I had 9 lifetimes of snow, man. No, it was cool to bring my kids up there when they were born. Bring them up to Jersey or Pennsylvania, New York. See some snow, and they were like, "Oh my God, this is amazing." I'm like, "Yeah," until you got to wake up and go to work in it.
Shovel your car out, the whole on yours.
The older you get, the more the cold hurts. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, it does. It does.
Totally.
How did you remember, go ahead, Ed.
No, I was just going to ask how you when you made the transition into playing Santa.
So it's crazy. I mean, I always loved Christmas. I mean, I remember as a child, like it was just everything. I loved it. It was always special. And when I was a young dad, it was a very, very special time. I was divorced and a single dad, so I always tried to make Christmas very special for my boys. But my son, Hunter, when he was like 6, he started to go deaf in his left ear. So we spent a lot of time at Children's Hospital. And so I'll make the long story short. But he would always say when we would leave there, I wish we could do something for all these sick kids. There's a lot of really sick kids there, right? Mm-hmm. So anyway, he had a 10-hour surgery to try to rebuild his eardrum. They had to take it out and do all this to his ear. And he came out. He's like, I got it. I was like, what, buddy? He's like, you could be Santa. I'll be your elf. And that's how we'll make people happy. And that's how it started. So, yeah,
cute.
So it wasn't even my idea. And so we talked about it the next day. And I was like, hey, man, that's a really cool idea. And we can do it. I think we can do it together. You can work with me. But let's make it a business. Let's do charity, but let's try to make it a business and figure out how we can make money doing it. And it just it took a couple of years, but it really took off. I've been really blessed. So I guess we've been in business. This will be our 11th year now. So
is he still your elf?
No, he grew up and grew out of it, but I still run everything by him. Anything I want to do, I talk to him about it, and he still helps me out. But like when we started out, he came up with the name, he came up with the logo, he came up with the website, everything. So
that's great.
I guess when we got started officially, he was like 10. And he worked with me probably 5 years. And then he's like, I don't want to do it anymore.
That's cute.
But it was a good run with him. And for me, it's
how old is he now?
He's 22.
Okay. And his hearing, was the operation successful?
Unfortunately, it wasn't. So what he had was a cholesteatoma, which is like a benign tumor that just keeps growing and growing.
Uh-huh.
It wrapped around his eardrum, pretty much destroyed his eardrum and his hearing. So it's okay. He's good. I mean, he can hear in one ear. He actually just went back and got some more work done, and it's okay. He's used to it. So he kind of goes like this and turns to his good ear and probably tunes people out, which is good. You know.
That's true.
Yeah, I would have to definitely agree with that one. Definitely.
Yeah.
That's what my father did that when he got older and he had got hearing aids, and you'd be talking to him, he wouldn't answer. I'm like, Dad, did you turn your hearing aids off? Of course, it was always when my mother was in the room, you know. So he would.
Yeah, he's funny.
Well, if he's 22 now, I would say maybe in due time you have yourself a new little elf.
Yeah.
It just started all over again.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
And you've done some movies, and I was looking at your movies, and I don't understand the one with Necropolis. They come and suck the energy out of everybody. I mean, it's a sci-fi type of thing. And
it is. So, it's kind of a blessing. Like when Hunter and I were doing, Santa together, we lucked into a commercial, which they didn't post it as a commercial, but it ended up being a commercial. And I was like, it was fun. And we ended up getting a couple more commercials and ads. And anyway, long story short, I work in he doesn't work there anymore, but I met a guy at the fire department that I work in who was like, yeah, man, I write movies and I write, I direct movies and so on and so forth. He's like, I was like, no kidding. And I was like, yeah, well, I do Santa. And I said, wait, I just did a commercial. It was so funny. He's like, really? Well, I'm going to shoot this movie called Necropolis. You should put in for it. I was like, all right. So anyway, long story short, he gave me this really cool role. I was Bruce. And it was maybe 2 scenes. And so it was, it's a zombie apocalypse movie. It was so fun.
That's cool.
Totally different than anything I'd ever done. And I got the bug. I met some really cool people. And it showed me, like, both of these things showed me I don't have to be a fireman forever, right? Like, there's life after this. Like, I've got Santa, and now I can act. I'm not saying I'm the best, but it introduced me to this whole new world, and it hooked me. And so it was a zombie apocalypse movie, and it's in its post-production stage. It's, of course, an indie film, so it takes a little longer.
Right.
Yeah, his name's Andre Barry, and I owe him the world, man. He introduced me to people, and he allowed me to do my own stunts and everything. So it was really fun. Hopefully it turned out to be a really good hit for him. And we actually ended up writing and coming up with a whole Christmas movie. So hopefully we'll get to do that together soon too. So
that's good. Well, you did a couple of Christmas movies.
I did. I got really lucky. Again, I don't have an agent. I wish I had an agent. I've tried to get an agent and no one will pick me up. But I got an email one day and I thought it was like, you can never trust emails, right? You always wonder, are they BS or is it?
Right.
It was literally, hey, we're doing a movie. We'd love to talk to you. Give us a call back. It was literally like that quick. And I was like, is this even for real? So I emailed the one back. It's like, I would love to talk to you, but like, when is the movie? Who are you? when can we talk? And so it ended up being like real close. They were filming in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And she's like, yeah, the director, it's really short notice. I apologize, but he needs a Santa for a Christmas film. So I'm like, great. And so we did a Zoom, and he's like, yeah, I'd love to use you. So I'm thinking, man, Santa, it'll be like a short, like maybe cameo. And I ended up being in 2 parts. I was in most of the movie, and it was with Sean Patrick Flannery, which was even better because I love that.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
That's great.
But it was hard. That was my first real acting film. But All I Want for Christmas, and it was so much fun. It was close, so I could drive up there every day, and it was a great experience. And he had me back the next year for another one, and Tom Arnold was in it, the actor.
I love Tom Arnold.
And then the following year, he's like, all right, let's do another one. And Patrick Warburton was in it. And I'm like, man, this is awesome.
That's great.
And the roles weren't as big, but I didn't.
Yeah.
He was having me back. So I got to do 3 feature films with them, and that was really cool. So
that's great. So you have your card, the actor's card?
So I could get it. I haven't.
SAG?
SAG, yeah. I don't. I think it would probably cost me more than any money I've ever made. But I'm hoping that I'm looking to retire. My body hurts, and that next part. So I'm hoping that maybe something good will happen, and I can move on from there. And
okay,
I'd be happy if I just did commercials or
great.
So
yeah, that would be wonderful. So getting back to the firefighting, did you guys do a calendar? Are you on a calendar?
They don't want me on a calendar.
No. No calendar.
No, we've never done a calendar. I think my department now, I don't think they would go for that. They're not.
Really?
We're not as cool.
They're not that adventurous.
No, they're not.
They're firefighters. They should be adventurous.
I know. We should.
You are such a dirty old lady. You really are. You are just a dirty old lady.
Well, what was
so
probably...
we gotta. What kind of code would they call at the fire department where a lady with purple hair is chasing all the firefighters? What kind of code purple? We got a code purple down at the firehouse.
Yeah, right, code purple. Oh, God. But what was probably the worst thing or the worst type of call that you ever got as a firefighter? I mean, 30 years, you must have had some crazy stuff.
Unfortunately, yeah. And I think, unfortunately, we don't do a very good job of preparing the young kids for that. I mean, I kind of grew up in the fire service, and a lot of guys I started out with grew up in the fire service. And now kids, they kind of just take the job and didn't grow up like around it. And we don't really prepare them for that. But you kind of see and do things you probably shouldn't see or do. But unfortunately, I was at the Pentagon at 9/11. So that was probably the worst thing I was ever.
Wow.
I mean, there have been a lot of things, but
wow, yeah.
Just because of all the.
You were at the Pentagon, or did you get called too?
Yeah, we were like on the second alarm to the Pentagon. So,
okay.
Yeah, because where I work, we're really close.
Pretty close.
In DC, Northern Virginia, so it's like a few minutes. And then
that's the one part of 9/11 that you don't. That's the one part of 9/11 that you really didn't hear more about. It was always focused really on the towers. And Pennsylvania crashed. The Pentagon crashed. They did. Really, I mean, they've talked about it, but not as much as the rest of it. So that
I think with the Pentagon crash, there was more of a conspiracy. There was that whole conspiracy where, where's the plane pieces? And, and I watched that and I was like, well, anybody can manipulate things, to make it look like, I said, but I think the thing really hit the Pentagon.
Yeah,
I don't think they're really lying about it.
You were there firsthand, so
we were there for a long time. Unfortunately,
you can attest to it.
It was a crazy time, and unfortunately, our guys. Again, we weren't first in. DC did. God bless those guys, but that airplane that crashed in the Potomac, with the helicopter. Our technical rescue guys helped out with that. So
had to hit that one as well.
Yeah, wow. I was working that night, but I'm not part of the technical rescue team.
Yeah,
God bless those guys and everybody in DC that went to that. So,
wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's been a lot of crazy things. I mean, I'll tell you, I worked in a small town in Pennsylvania for about 11 years, and 3 of those 11 years we had an arsonist in the town. And
oh God!
It was a 1.1 square mile city, and there were 278 arson fires in 3 years. It's insane.
Wow.
So, I don't know. There's been a lot of things. I could probably talk for days.
Was it like a kid, or was it just some nut job who just liked to light fires?
It was a whack job, yeah.
A whacker? Oh man!
Oh my God!
That's insane.
I've had a great career, but it's been. I mean,
but you're done.
You really should write a book now, David.
Yeah.
Now it's time to write a book about all your experiences.
That'd be great.
You can put the comedic part of it in, the dramatic part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's any romantic part of it, but you can hit all the genres.
So. God, what would you call it? Santa on Fire?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's good. I like that. Yeah, that's good.
And on the cover of the book, it's just you in a Santa outfit, but you're all ripped and you got flames behind you, and you're charging in. You got the hose and a bag on your back, and reindeer are egging you on and stuff.
Yeah. It sounds like an OnlyFans page, bro. Take it easy.
Mom will start working on the calendar.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
Amazing. Even to bring up 9/11, I have a good when I was in New York teaching guitar, one of my students way back in the day wound up becoming a firefighter because of 9/11.
Oh wow, cool.
And we caught up to each other via Facebook years later, and he was like, "Man, you inspired me. I still play guitar."
Cool.
But 9/11, I became a firefighter. He's now at the point where he's talking about retiring. He wants to get his butt down here. He's up in Warwick, New York. But
okay, cool.
Yeah, you do that job long enough, you're kind of, know.
I always feel bad. Like, I mean, I know guys that the fire department kind of defined them, and they just don't know when to leave, or they feel like they can't leave. But I feel pretty blessed, with my son and I coming up with the Santa business, and then even the acting, and I hope I can get some more things. And I feel like I do have life after it, and I've got obviously a great family that I want to be home, so I feel like I know it's time to leave, and it's just a matter of putting all the pieces together to be able to leave,
Right.
It's been great.
Right.
I've been afforded great things, but it's a young man's game, and it takes a toll on you physically, mentally, emotionally. And I don't think people realize that, so it's good.
So you just want to get your ducks in a row and then make the exit.
Yeah.
But you transitioned into a really good career for yourself after the fact. I mean, who doesn't love Santa? Come on. I mean, really?
Oh God, yeah.
It's definitely saved me. I mean, I love making people happy, but it definitely makes me happy as well. It gives me peace.
Do you still ever go back to do any work with the children?
Oh yeah, so it's funny. We always wanted, the whole point for the business was Hunter wanted to work at the children's hospital. Unfortunately, they never allowed us to. They said, "Well, we have a Santa," which is fine. Everything for a reason. I do firmly believe that, but we're able to go to other children's hospitals and work and do things there for charity. We never charged the children's hospital, obviously.
Sure. Right.
For a couple of years, we went to an orphanage in Lancaster. Gosh, we do several charity events in our hometown. One of which my sister is like, she runs, to get clothes and food and presents for children who, might otherwise not get anything for Christmas. I do a huge event at my firehouse every year. They roll these children. I bet you we see 300 or 400 children that day, and they get to come in and get backpacks, jackets, toys. So I still do a lot of charity. It's just we never got to do it at that children's hospital, unfortunately.
Sure.
Okay, but the intent was there, and you brought it out into other areas, into other people.
Yeah. So, But primarily what I do is I do about 100 to 150 home visits a year, and that's how I make my money.
Wow.
So, which is nice. And that's fun. It's an up close personal experience for children rather than going all for 2 seconds or whatever. So,
hey, is it true, Dave, that Amish girls in Lancaster find Santa to be irresistible?
I don't know.
And if he did, he's not telling.
I'll have to let you know. Ironically, most of my business is in that area, so.
I don't think they believe in Santa. Do they? They don't believe in Santa, do they?
I don't know.
Amish people? I don't know.
I don't think so, but I don't really know what they do at Christmas.
Yeah,
they make butter.
I don't think they. I don't know if they celebrate anything.
I think that's what they do every day. Just make butter.
I thought they made furniture.
They make a lot.
They probably do. They probably make badass furniture.
They do a lot of stuff.
Whatever they do well. Let's put it that way.
True. That is true.
That's true.
No, I'm serious. They're rock stars.
So Eddie used to be our Santa because I have 2 daughters, and they were a lot younger. So for a while, we dressed Eddie up as he would be Santa because I would do Christmas Eve at my house.
Nice.
So I bought the whole Santa outfit.
It's all about the outfit, man.
Yeah, it's all about the outfit. Yeah. And then
basically all I did was scare the shit out of them.
Yeah, you did. They were so scared.
They came running to the sliding glass door and they opened it up and they almost just crapped in their pants. They ran. It just freaked them out.
Nice.
But then one year, my older daughter said, "Mom, where's Eddie?" Like Eddie would be there partying, and then all of a sudden Eddie disappeared. So then we had to make somebody else Santa. He lost the job.
Yeah, I got fired.
The job wasn't yours anymore.
You're fired.
And I kept that Santa suit, and I wanted my son-in-law.
It's actually a pretty badass suit.
Yeah, when they had a child, like I said, Marty, dress up like Santa, but he didn't want to do it because my grandson was so afraid of anything that had a costume. I mean, he was hysterical. He would scream like a maniac, so he didn't want to do it and scare the hell out of the kids. So I said, all right.
Dave, we actually have a lot more in common than you think.
I'm sure we do, bro.
Hey, I dress up for a living as well. Only I play music.
Right. Hey, I'm all that.
I do. Baby. I do. No, I swear to God, I play in a Motley Crue tribute band. I just did a show Friday night. So I dress up as Mick Mars.
That is awesome.
No, I'm dead serious. I've done 9 different tributes. Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Queensryche, Queen, AC/DC. I still do Motley Crue.
Really?
Yeah. So I have to play all these characters and roles, but we do the whole live show.
That's super cool. Are you the singer?
We have a lot more in common than you think.
Heck yeah.
So cool. He's a lead guitarist singer too.
I got a wiggery going on in my closet. You kidding me?
Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, like my whole one side is all Santa stuff.
Yeah.
That's so cool, dude.
Yeah.
Do you do Bon Jovi?
I could sing Bon Jovi. I used to, I've been doing it for a living for a long time.
So
Bon Jovi, I'm from Jersey, so Bon Jovi was my boy.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Yeah, I actually live in the town next to where Bruce Willis grew up. My mom went to school.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he used to come back all the time. He was super cool.
He was a bartender too.
He was.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was super cool. Unfortunately, he doesn't come back anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even remember where he came from anymore. Unfortunately, it's very sad.
What a good dude, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
Super cool.
What a huge career, too.
Oh, God, yeah. And it's so sad for him to go out this way. I mean, like, it's really because of the person that he was.
Oh, wow. And it was just a small farm town area,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. So when
we got a lot of great people in Jersey.
True. Very
There's a lot of good people that came from Jersey. Yeah.
Right. That is so true.
Not anymore, but I don't know. I'm from Jersey. I'm a good person.
They're all down in Florida now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. They won't go to California anymore because they'll burn up.
Oh no.
That's great.
I know. There's a lot of people that I talk to out in California. It's so sad what they went through. Now now it's raining and they got mudslides. They go from one extreme to the other. So, and then the mudslides will stop and the earthquakes will start over again.
Nah, next it'll be Sharknado.
Yeah, Sharknado.
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So when you go into people's houses, are these just for private, or are you doing a party, some kind of a Christmas party for them, or birthday parties, or
So it really just depends on what they want. So like I don't do a whole lot Christmas in July. I wish I got more.
Right.
I just booked 2 Christmas in July events, which are birthday parties. But they're parties, right? So pretty much what I offer is I do the same thing if it's a party or a private event. But what I do is everything's at the home. So when I'm there, obviously you get all the photos you want, all the video you want. It's yours. I don't charge extra or anything. It's my price for coming for your visits. I don't put a time on it. It's just how I always ask, like, how many children are going to be there, so I know. It kind of gives me a understanding of how long I should put in mind of how long I'll be there, because one child is not going to be as long as 30 children, right?
Right.
Yeah.
When I show up, I always I read a story to them. Christmas time is the night before Christmas because it's easy and I know it by heart.
Yeah.
Usually, the parents will all wrap one small gift, something easy, not too expensive. They'll leave it outside. I bring it in my Santa bag. That way, Santa's got presents for the children. And then we just kind of hang out. I tell them a couple of jokes or whatever. We talk. If they have questions, I answer their questions. I call them up one by one, and that's when they kind of get photos. And then after the photos, I'll say, all right, if they want family photos or group photos or whatever, we do that. And then when I call them up for their gifts, they can't open them until everybody has them. And then they open them, and then I know the party's pretty much over at that point, because once the children get their gifts, they're done. But I mean, there's more to it than that, but that's kind of how it rolls. It's like just their time with Santa. So it's nice, I'm usually, depending on the party and the time, I'm usually there about 45 minutes or so.
Okay.
Weekends I'm booked solid, so I have to kind of roll things along, because I can usually fit in about 10 to 12 visits a day. But
that's a lot. Wow.
But weekdays,
that's a pretty heavy schedule.
It is. It's solid. I usually on the weekdays or weekends, I usually get up about 4 a.m. and I'll start about 8 a.m, and I get home usually about 10 or 11. And then like weekdays, I always in December, I have something every day. So sometimes on the weekday, I might have 1, maybe 2 or 3 events. It just depends. But that's kind of how it rolls. I mean, it's whatever they want, whatever the children are into. Like if they have more questions or whatever. But I try to tell them some stories and some jokes and things like that. So
that's really great.
All right, Dave, let's be honest. Dave, let's be honest. You ever bump into an absolutely hot smoking mom, so you bust out a mistletoe and wave it over her head? Have you done that? Come on.
No.
Come on, you're single. Come on.
He's turning red.
Kill me.
You're blushing him.
If I were single, that'd be great, but yeah. No.
Oh, you're not single. Okay. All right.
Santa for hire.
I can take that back. You could just keep the mistletoe as a belt buckle.
You're right.
I wouldn't have that kind of luck anyway, believe me.
You never know. Women dig Santa. They do.
Closed closet with Santa lovers.
I keep joking with my wife and my stepson. He's like 18 or 19, and I'm always like, I should start an OnlyFans page and put my Santa jacket on. And she's like, stop it, just stop.
Yeah.
It's all about the money, right? Ain't nobody paying for me. You know what I mean?
That's great.
So tell everybody, Dave, where they can find you.
So I'm pretty much on everything. Everything is under Santa Department 25. I'm on Instagram. That's probably my biggest hit is Instagram. I am on Facebook. Also, I have a personal page on Facebook, Santa Dave Saunders. And then I'm on YouTube and TikTok. And I'm also on Cameo. So if you want a personal video for anything, anytime, you can get me on Cameo. So Valentine's Day's coming up, and who better to deliver your gift old Santa.
Hell yeah.
But
that's good. Okay, well, it's been a pleasure to have you on today, and I love your story.
Oh, thank you.
It's so exciting, and I'm sure all my people in Jersey and Philly and the surrounding areas, well, now they have someone that they can go to when they want Santa. They don't have to worry. There you are. There's going to be Dave.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I really enjoyed talking to you guys. I really appreciate you having me.
Absolutely.
It was fun. It was fun. It was really fun to get to know you and find out, your whole story. And I hope you get more invites for movies, because that would be really great.
Hey, listen, the movie market for holiday movies is massive. It always was, and it always will be.
Yeah.
So there's always going to be an immense amount of opportunity, but also too, once you get your package together and everything, it'll start to maybe parlay into just regular regular
and they're
roles
doing a lot more indie movies now, because they're Hollywood's finding it so hard to get financing for a lot of things that the indie movies are really starting to take off.
There's a lot of opportunity out there.
A lot of opportunity. So again, David, I thank you so much for being on the show. It was great to meet you.
You as well.
To all of our fans out there, we are funnyminds.com. You can go on our website, and there's two organizations that we're really very fond of, and that's St. Jude's Children's Hospital and breast cancer. And there's a big purple button on there, and you can press that button. You can make donations. And, I hope everybody does think of them, because they are two very incredibly wonderful organizations. And Funny Minds has merch. Everybody's got merch nowadays. So you can go on our QR code. I'm putting it out there. It's there's a lot of different things. There's a lot more to come. Yes, there's a lot more things to come on there, and a lot of good stuff. And I'm already making up my Christmas list now for December. I already know what I want. So.
Purple.
Anything purple, yes.
Hey, get down here, look what you did.
And we would love all of you to subscribe on YouTube. We're pushing YouTube, and please subscribe to Funny Minds on YouTube, because we would really appreciate it. We'd love you for it. So again, I thank you, David. Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
When you get your next movie, let me know so I can be one of your fans. And I hope that comes soon for you.
And thanks again. I had a blast with you guys. You're awesome.
That's
absolutely
great.
David. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Bye, David.
Be safe, be well.
Have a great day, guys.
You too.
Okay.